Hi everyone, it's Noelle from the Pittston Library, and thank you for joining us again for another back to school video. As I said last week, this week we're going to be making school supplies. So I'm really excited about this because this is probably a secret, but I'm going to tell it to you anyway. When I was a child, there was nothing I wanted more in my life than for my mom to send me to school. And half of it had to do with like all the neat school supplies and things like that. So I know a lot of us are going to be doing like the homeschool thing this quarter, but I think that if we can get some like school supplies and stuff going for our home use, it's going to make it a little bit more exciting for everybody. So I have two crafts for you today, and this is going to be some inexpensive stuff that you're going to have around the house, or that you can get at the store if you need to. So the first thing that we're going to make is a pencil pouch, and this one really the staff was excited about because of how neat this actually came about to be. So all you're going to need is a bag of like sliding bags like that you would use in the freezer. This is the important thing. You have to have the bags that will slide across like this. It can be a gallon size like I have here if you want to do what I'm going to show you. If not, you can use the smaller ones just as well. And I should also point out for the adults or the teens or whomever else is watching that this bag is actually going to be really good, not just for your school supplies, but for anything else you maybe need to store, like maybe makeup brushes or whatever else you have at home. Okay, so what we're going to have first is our gallon freezer bag. So what you're going to do first is you're going to fold your bag up to the top right here. What we're going to try to do is make an illusion of a pocket. So if you guys can get your bag and fold it like right under to where that blue zip area is. Then you're going to get your tape. This tape is available in a lot of stores, or some of you might have this at home. It's duct tape basically. So if you have the silver one and you want to go silver, you can do that. If not, they sell lots of cool patterns. Like this one here is all flowery and stuff, so your pencil pouch is going to be like nice and decorated for you. Okay, so we're going to make our base here. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to rip your tape off, and you got to seal those corners. So you're going to go right to your edge here. The tape is sticking. Hold on, let's rip a new piece. One thing that you might want to do is pre-measure your tape so that you have a rough idea of how big you're going to need to cut it. It makes it a lot easier when it gets sticky like this. And then you can kind of like hang them off the table. Okay, so you're going to get your tape and stick it right to the edge here. And then you're going to fold that tape right across. And then if you have any excess or anything like that, you can just snip them off with some scissors. I want to point out to everyone that this was Miss Patricia's idea to make this pocket as we were hashing this one out, because I give credit where credit is due. Okay, so as you can see here, this is just kind of where our base is going, and you have a nice little pocket here. So if you want to stick in some extra sticky notes, or maybe some stickers, or whatever other kind of supplies that you don't want to run into your pencils, you can do that. And then your next part here is going to be like a second bag, and you can like pull that right across here. So I'm going to show you one that I kind of already started. This is my finished pocket here on this side. So you can see, you know, we've done this side in black, but I think that we're going to cover the rest of this one in purple. So you guys get an idea of what this looks like. And then once you put all that duct tape on here, you can make it so that it is plain like I have here, or if not, you can go ahead and get real crazy and put stickers on it. Maybe you can get some fun ones that you can spell to the to your name, or maybe you want to create your own. That would be kind of cool. But I've seen when I go out that there's so many different patterns available. So I think you could even make like a glitter pouch, or they sell chalk tape, all kinds of things. So that's really exciting, I think. And like I said, if it makes it easier for you, definitely pre-cut this tape. And then you can kind of just peel as you're going. I'm just going to get that last bit here. And same as before, if you have any excess, you can either fold it over or trim it off with your scissors. But here in essence is your pencil pouch. So again, we have that black pocket there, and then we have our purple. And I know you can't, feel this through the video or anything, but you can imagine though, because duct tape is so dense, that this actually holds up really good, like for quality, so it's not gonna poke through or anything like that. So this is a good one to have, and you can keep all your supplies on your desk at home. The next one I have for you is, how many have these number 2 pencils at home? Boring, but you need them for standardized tests and just, being a person who needs a pencil. So I'm going to show you how you can upcycle those pencils and make them a little bit more exciting. So the first thing we're going to do is get your plain pencils there, and then we're going to get some painting tape. You could also use masking tape, doesn't matter. You just need to be able to cover up your eraser and your like little silver top of the pen. So you're going to just cover that guy up just like that. Then you're going to get a piece of foil. That's what I'm using for my artist palette here. Let's get some of this out of the way. And you're going to get your acrylic paint. We're recommending that you use about 2 to 3 colors. I think I mentioned this when we did an Easter egg video way back when, that you want to kind of be just aware of how colors mix. Otherwise you're going to get like a muddy brown kind of color. So 2 to 3 colors works best. So you're going to, just like I did here, kind of make a little mishmash design all over here, and we're going to kind of like tie-dye, marbleize these pencils. So if you want, I should add, you can go ahead and just take your acrylic paint and paint your pencils just so they're one solid color, or maybe you want to tie-dye just with your little sponge brush. You can do that. If not, this way is fun. So you're going to squirt that paint all over here, and then we're going to dip our pencil in, and we're just going to kind of start rolling the pencil around. You're going to notice this looks a little ketchup and mustardy now. That's what Miss Kristen said. I have to agree. But it's all going to kind of mush together to start kind of blending into your tie-dye colors. The paint looks a little bit thick right now. That's fine. We kind of expect that, in fact. So we're getting our marbly design going here. And when you feel like it is just marbly enough, you can take it off to the side to like a cleaner area of the foil and just kind of keep rolling, and it's going to create a much thinner layer of paint. And oh my gosh, look at how that is changing right before our eyes. I didn't even expect it to quite look like this, but just keep rolling. And you're gonna have a much thinner layer of paint, which is definitely what we want, because you don't want it to be too thick where it makes it difficult to sharpen it. So once it gets to a point where you're like, okay, that looks thin enough, you can prop up your pencil. You could get like a clothespin, or what I did is I got one of those binder clipper things, and I clipped the top of my pencil and I hung it on a bulletin board, so it was kind of just away. And it takes, an hour or 2 to dry, but they look really neat, I think. Let me show you what our completed ones look like. So these we made kind of like a green-blue design here. And I used the paint that I had a couple different times because no one is going to look the same. So maybe you want to even make them for your siblings or whatever, so everybody has a pencil going back to school. But don't take that paint off just yet, because this is where we're going to need our glue. So a lot of us have Mod Podge at home. This is going to act as our seal for our pencil. So So I'm just going to do this one so you see a sample. But you're just going to get that glue, and you're going to lightly coat over your pencil just so there's kind of like a little bit of a seal going on there. And when it dries, you're just going to peel off your tape. I know this is not dry, but we get the idea. Whoop.
And if you don't have Mod Podge, can you use like a watered down white glue?
I think that would be okay. You just want to make sure that you have a sealant on it. That's the important thing, because we don't want the paint to chip off. But pretty much that's what it would look like. And when you're done, you can take all of your pencils, even the plain ones if you don't get around to it, and you can take them over to your pencil pouch and drop them right in, and you guys are good to go for school. So definitely we want to hear if you try this out, show us pictures, because nobody's is going to look the same. And we hope that this is something that you try for your back to school. And join us next week. We're going to make a bag for back to school, so that'll be fun. Take care, everyone.